Hey everybody, welcome. This is week 10, day 2. So we are end of third quarter, everything closed already. So I am working on getting grades in and things like that. So today is kind of this filler day before we have spring break this Friday. Yay, I don't know about you, I'm so excited and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish up a couple of things that are going to get us on the right track for fourth quarter. So last week we started Life of a T-shirt. And stuff. So we're going to finish that up today. And then I'm going to have you work independently on, there's 2 Everfis we do the week that we come back from spring break. So we're going to do one of those in class today to get us a head start and have a chance to get a really good grade to start out. Some of us, especially if third quarter didn't go well for you, that means fourth quarter, you need to be solid. You need to be coming to class, doing work in class when I give you time, right? Because we do 95% of work. The only thing we don't do in class is the quizzes, right? Because you have to do those in honor lock. But everything else, projects, notebooks, course arcs, the Everfis, you get time, we do them in class. So you have to do your part and actually do them when the time is given to you. So we'll have some time for that today. All right. Let's take a minute. Anybody have any spring break plans? Okay, we can pause the video if you need to. All right, since it's a recording and you guys will be watching this in class to help you guide you through Life of a T-shirt so I can get grades done, go ahead and go get your Life of a T-shirt worksheet opened up. So while you're doing that, I'm going to go into Canvas. And while you're doing that, I'm going to take the ball away from my dog. Anybody else's dog ball obsessed? My goodness. Okay. So we're going to go to module 9, lesson 6. Okay. That's where we had the Life of a T-shirt assignment. If you weren't with us when we did part 1, then you're going to need to go back once you get the worksheet open. So you go to Life of a T-shirt right here, get the worksheet open, and then go to the lesson and recording page, week 9, right here. And this is where you will find the recording for part 1, okay, where we did majority of the project. Today we're just going to finish up, okay? So here is the part 1 of the project, okay? So you would watch that and then complete the first part of the worksheet. All right. So let's go back. Let's get that open. Life of a T-shirt. Okay, and you can see that the worksheet is right here. So go ahead and get that open, or you should have saved it on your Google Drive. Okay, so once you have the worksheet open and you're on this page, then we're going to finish up. So last time, here's what the worksheet looks like, right? Last time we went through and we basically were looking at the idea of why trade is so important, specialization and why trade is so important, and looking at this kind of big concept of trade and how we're dependent on other countries and they're dependent on us, and looking at it through a micro example of something as simple as a T-shirt, an everyday item that you and I wear, that we have, that pretty much everyone around the world has and wears, right? So we went through cotton production, right? And we talked about the history of the United States and then why today the U.S. is the #1 exporter of cotton. Then we looked at the machines, okay? So we looked at Indonesia, the machines, and how the machines have really helped with the advancement of weaving and making T-shirt textiles. Then we looked at the comparison of Colombia and Bangladesh, how in Bangladesh, right, it is the option, the only option, right? Where in Colombia, it's one of many options. It is a option versus the option. And the difference that we need T-shirts, they're not going away. We need factories, they're not going away. But can we do it in a way where it's providing a living and an opportunity, not the only thing that will keep you in it for the rest of your life and there's no way out? Again, the comparison between Colombia and Bangladesh. And if you haven't done these, you need to go back and you need to watch that. Then we looked at containerization. So the shipping, once it's done, shipping and how shipping containers have really changed the game. Okay. We broke down the cost of a single T-shirt and realizing that really prior to the actual putting of the print on the screen and getting it to our doors stateside, it's actually pretty cheap. the highest cost really is in those final steps once it arrives within its country that it's going to be sold within. Right. So now we're going to look at these reflection questions. So we're going to watch the video. So we're going to go back to Canvas on the Life of a T-shirt page, and each section had a video, right? You watch the video, you do the questions. So there's the boxes one. So we're going to watch this You video, okay, and understand kind of the aftermath. Look at some of these reflection questions, give you some time then to do the final section, and then I'll go over the Everfi. So let's pay attention. 3 questions that we're looking at are, how much longer can America buy cheap T-shirts? What will happen if the U.S. cuts off trade with Bangladesh? And what would happen if Bangladesh minimum wage increased?
¿Y qué crees que le gustaría o qué te gustaría a ti que esa gente que está comprando esta camiseta que sepa de ti? ¿Qué te gustaría que ellos...
¿Qué hay detrás de esta camiseta? Sí, un mundo.
বেশিরভাগ স্বপ্নে দেখি যে বড় বড় নদী পার হয়ে যায়, আমি মাঝখানে যাই নৌকা অথবা ডিঙ্গি যেটা ডুবে যায়, আমি এটার মধ্যে থেকে সাঁতার কাটে নদীটা পার হয়ে যায়।
Una persona con sueños, con esperanzas, que quiere salir adelante. Personas con muchas necesidades, humildes, también con muchos sueños.
¿Y qué crees?
Okay, I think that final video, it's trying to hit us, you know, that these aren't just workers. These are people like you and I with interests, with families, with hobbies, with problems, with, you know, life experiences that are just trying to make a living, you know, and as you get ready to graduate, you're going to join this group of people in the world, right? We're all just trying to hustle. We're all just trying to make a way and make a better way, hopefully, right? I think most people are trying to create more opportunities for themselves or increase their income and have a better standard of living. And people in other countries are no different. Okay. So let's talk about some of these, and I can help you come up with some answers. Okay, so how much longer can Americans buy cheap T-shirts? So in reality, we could continue this. The question, you know, needs to be not can, but should. Should we continue? You know, if we're getting something cheap, at what expense, right? So we need to be aware that we are consuming goods at a cheap price, but at a cost to others' life, you know, others' ability to make a living, right? So we need to be aware that we are consuming goods at a cheap price, but at the cost of others and their permanent or lack of ability to change their circumstances. So this again is where I talked about before, you know, it's not just the company's fault that this is happening. Yes, they absolutely hold responsibility in this game. But it is also the government's fault. It's our government's fault. It's the government's where this is happening fault, right? They might have laws that they're not enforcing. What's the point of having a law if it's not enforced, right? It's worthless. Okay, if everybody can just do whatever they want, then it's not really a law. A law is only something that's actually enforced. So if governments are saying we need to have a better minimum wage, we need to have safer working conditions, we need to lay these things out, the companies are only going to comply if the governments force them to, right? The companies will comply when the government's enforced. So both hold accountability. In the same way, us, as our country and trading, who are we trading with? Are we doing our due diligence to make sure that child labor isn't happening? That, again, maybe, what is that minimum wage is now. Everybody's standard of living is going to be different. So in one country, $300 a month might be a lot, where another country that would be nothing, right? So also taking into consideration what is the cost of living there and what is a livable wage, so those are things to be more aware of. Okay, what will happen if the U.S. cuts off trade with Bangladesh? This would be devastating, right? And if you remember, particularly the women working in those factories, it is the only opportunity for them to make a living and support their families. So it doesn't mean that it is right. And they even said that in the video last time we met, right? That they talked about, if the garment industry was to leave Bangladesh, it would devastate their economy. There isn't another backup industry. So it is needed. The thing is, we need to improve the garment industry within those countries. So by removing it, you're hurting them inadvertently, right? At least they have jobs now. And that's not justifying that it should continue. So that doesn't make the circumstances right. So we need to have the local governments hold companies accountable and enforce laws and wages, right? Minimum wages. Also encourage other industries to come to Bangladesh. So part of the problem is that it's the only opportunity, and they talked about it specifically with women, right? Because there's a lack of education and opportunity. So this is the thing that, teenage to middle 20 girls can go do who aren't married to help support their families, so they're not just kind of sitting around, so to speak. So this would be devastating to women working in those factories. It is the only opportunity for them to make a living and support their families. Doesn't make the circumstances right. We need to have the local government hold companies accountable, enforce the laws, minimum wage, also encourage other industries to come to Bangladesh. Okay. What would happen if Bangladesh minimum wage increased? Okay. Well, if minimum wage increased, this could give those women an opportunity to find other opportunities, right? So can give women working in the garment industry the opportunity can give women in the garment industry the opportunity to work, to save, maybe go to school, take training classes that could lead to other careers. So as we saw in Colombia, right, it was a means to save, support your family, but also then hopefully, so it can give women in the garment industry the opportunity to save, maybe go to school, take classes, get ahead, and then maybe pursue other careers. So it could be a stepping stone, just like in Colombia, it's an option, save, and you can pursue other things because there's more industry within Colombia. Whereas in Bangladesh, it being the only industry and such a low wage, you're trapped. Yes, I'm surviving, but I'm not thriving, right? And having that higher wage. So a chance to thrive. And I think all of us desire that, right? We don't want to just survive. We would like to thrive. We would like to feel like, and by thrive, meaning moving forward in some way. Now, that doesn't mean you're always moving forward, but working toward moving forward or the opportunity to move forward. Okay, so if you need, you can pause and get these answers down, okay? Or take a picture of it because I am going to move on. And you're welcome to use these responses in your reflection section, or you can do your own responses. Okay, I'm going to move on. So in this last part where it says aftermath of a t-shirt, read the NPR transcript of what happens when you donate t-shirts to charity. Okay, so this is really interesting. So you're going to click on this link here. And as you're reading through the discussion, it's about 8 pages, but you can skim through it, okay? You're going to answer 2 important questions. Discuss how the afterlife of the t-shirt has established new industries in less developed countries like the village in Kenya. And then discuss the economic breakdown of the afterlife. So once it's donated, how does that compare to the cost of the initial t-shirt? All right. So you're looking specifically for the cost of where it goes next, if it's being donated, if it's used in charity, if it's going to another country, okay, how it's being used. Okay. So you're gonna look for that specifically. And then look for this village in Kenya through the transcript. Okay. So when you click on it, it's gonna open this up. All right. And you're going to kind of skim through. And this is actually a really interesting conversation. Okay. So, and again, it's really spread out. So it's not really 8 pages of actual reading. Okay. It's kind of broken up. Okay. So you're going to take some time. And again, then I want, a sentence or 2 in each one. Okay. So a sentence or 2 in each one. Once you're done with this, so take this time in class today, get this done. All right. This will take you probably maybe 15, 20 minutes. Okay. Skim through, find those responses, look for the village in Kenya and how that aftermath and what it looks like. And then how the cost difference is different in the afterlife, meaning after it's donated and you no longer want it. Second life versus the initial cost that we went over in this portion of the worksheet up here. Okay. Where we went over the initial cost of the t-shirt. Okay. When you are done with this, okay, so you're going to pause this video, take some time, get this done. And then when you're done with that, you are going to go into 9.6 and you're going to submit it here. So here is the rubrics. It's worth 36 points. It's 2 points basically for every single question. So you can see in each section, there's a question. Okay. And so even those afterlife reflection questions, you get some points for those. Okay. So 2 points for every single question. So you're going to submit that here. It's not technically due until the 18th. That's the Monday we come back from spring break, but I would love for you to get this in and stuff. The Tuesday when that Monday when we come back, that's when it's due. And because we did work on it last week and then we've had time in class to get that done. All right. Now you can pause this, get your worksheet done. And then with any time remaining in class, here's what I'm going to have you do. We also are going to get ahead. We have 2 Everfis the week we come back from spring break. Okay. We have Keys of Investing and Investment Game. So we can see those here. Here we have Everfi Keys to Investing and Everfi Investment Game. So we're gonna have some time in class. So we have 3 things we're doing the week we come back. We're doing standard of living projects. So we're going to spend a whole day in class doing that. And then that Tuesday when we come back, so we're going to do this one in that Thursday we come back, that first week. And we have 2 Everfis to do on that Tuesday, which is 40 minutes. It's hard to get 2 done in 40 minutes. So that means that some of it will need to be done either the Monday or the Friday during independent work time. But I thought, hey, we have some extra time this week. Why don't we get one of them done? And that way, again, as much as possible, you're getting work done in class and you're not having to do a lot of work on those Mondays and Fridays. Sometimes you have to, but in this case, if you use your time wisely today, you shouldn't have to then when we come back, which is always nice, right? Okay. So we're going to do this Everfi Keys to Investing. And this is in the marketplace program in Everfi. So if we click on this, all right. So you're going to go into Everfi like we've been doing in the marketplace program, and you're going to select the Keys to Investing game. So once you log in, so if you go to Clever, okay, select the Everfi program, or you can put it in your search, launch it. Remember, your tiles look different than mine. You're going to select the marketplace program. So select your marketplace program. Once you get in there, then you are going to select the Keys to Investing. It's the reddish, I guess, red building. Okay. So we've already done marketplace. We've done the economy, startup IPO. That was the last assignment we did for 3rd quarter. and then you're going to do the keys to investing. So keys to investing and investment game, these are going to be the first week of fourth quarter. All right. But let's go ahead and let's get a head start and let's get that keys to investing done. So once you're done with your Life of a T-shirt and stuff, then go ahead and you're going to open up Everfi, go into the marketplace program, and you're going to select that orange building. Okay. Couple of reminders. Remember, you need a 70% or better, and you're going to take a screenshot on the last assessment page. All right. That shows your name in the corner, the name of the assignment, and then your score. All right. Make sure that you're actually done with the assignment, because a lot of you are submitting it when you're only like a third of the way through, because sometimes there's multiple assignments on the same, I'm sorry, multiple assessments on the same thing. Just a minute. Sometimes there's multiple assessments within the same assignment. So make sure you've gone through all the assessments, and that's the final assessment screenshot that you're submitting. Okay, because I go into Everfi and I check, and if it's not done, then I will say you'll need to finish this and resubmit when you're actually done. Okay, so take some time, get this done. We're going to finish Life of a T-shirt. All right, Life of a T-shirt is due the Monday we come back, and then we're going to work on, I said, those 2 Everfis and stuff. So if you really want to get ahead, the 2 you would work on, wrong page, would be keys to investing and investment games. And these are both located in module 9, lesson 7. All right. I will not be available this Friday for small group. I am proctoring the ACT again, so I apologize for that. I'm going to be getting grades done, so I will have those posted today and Thursday, or Wednesday, Thursday, and stuff. And remember that your semester grade is 45% third quarter, 45% fourth quarter, and then 10%. So semester grade. So if fourth quarter or third quarter, sorry, was hard for you or rough for you, then please stay on track fourth quarter. Okay, it is very possible to pass, even if you didn't, you didn't pass third quarter. That means though that you need to be on your game fourth quarter, because this is a required class to graduate. Okay, so go ahead and pause this video or end it. All right, and work on getting that Life of a T-shirt done. Work on the Everfi keys to investing. Get a head start really solid for fourth quarter on the right foot. Again, my goal is to do all of the work in class as much as possible. The only thing we can't do in class are those quizzes that you do in Honor Lock. Okay. Hope you guys have a wonderful spring break. If you're watching this back, have a great spring break. Email me if you have any questions. But again, coming back that Monday, that Tuesday of spring break, the 18th, 19th, Life of a T-shirt project should be done. Okay. We started it last week in class. We're finishing it today. You should finish it. And then please work ahead with the time in class, because this is an 80-minute period. So I know you've got time, all right, if you're on your game doing what you're supposed to do, and work on that keys to investing game. All right. And then let me know any questions that you have. All right. Thank you so much. Hope you guys have a wonderful spring break. Enjoy your time, friends, family. Get out, do something fun. Take a break. There's no homework over spring break. Just enjoy some downtime and come back invigorated, ready to go. All right. Thank you, everybody. Okay, girls.